everybody, how's it going? Go See Moto here for another episode of randomness. Actually, this video has a purpose. My RAM mount finally came, yay! So I'm going to go ahead and do the 8 questions video that I was tagged in like 3 weeks ago, and go ahead and get that out there because, well, why not? It is a gorgeous, gorgeous Southern California day. I am out on a nice ride here out in East County again. So anyway, I thought, why not? So without further ado, let's get it started. So first question is, when did you start riding motorcycles? Well, that's kind of a two-parted answer. I started riding dirt bikes when I was a little kid. I think I rode my first dirt bike when I was about 4 years old. And I started riding street bikes about 11 years ago. As soon as I was 18 and could, I did. But so that answers that one. Let's see. Question number 2. Why did you start riding? Well, that again, kind of a two-parted question, because why I started riding dirt bikes was because, well, I was a little boy, and that's just what we do. No, I grew up in a motorsports-oriented family, and you know, I was, you know, it was the next thing to do. And then I started riding street bikes. Well, okay, so I started riding dirt bikes when I was a kid. And what really made me really want to ride dirt bikes was, well, I grew up out here. So, yeah. But also, you know what really did me in was the Krusty Demons movies. Any of you guys remember any of those? Like, I'm talking about the old school ones from back in the day. You know, those movies just really glorified the whole thing and really made me want to do it a lot, and so that's why I really got into it. And as far as riding street bikes goes, well, you know, honestly, I'm not really quite sure what first made me want a street bike. I mean, my dad had a few motorcycles when I was growing up, and you know, so I knew about them and I liked them a lot, and you know, every time I would see one go by, it would have my attention, and you know, it was just like you heard it and it was like magic, and no matter what I was doing, I suddenly was focused on that. And so I kind of just always knew that I wanted one, and so I bought one and never looked back. What was your first motorcycle? Well, my first dirt bike as a kid that was actually mine, not the first one I rode, but the one that was actually mine, was a 93 Honda CR80 two-stroke. And I loved it, and it was a great bike. And then my first street bike that was mine, that I actually owned, was a 2006 Ninja ZX-10R. It was Cali green, and which also happens to be my favorite color, so you know, double whammy for awesomeness for that bike. And so yeah, those are my first bikes. Let's see, what is your dream bike? Well, it's funny because I'm riding right now a 2016 Yamaha R1, and to a lot of people it's an amazing bike. However, I have some gripes, and it is not my dream bike. My dream bike, honestly, my dream bike is probably just a ZX-10. I loved my ZX-10. It was probably the most comfortable, most fun to ride bike I'd ever had, and I loved it. So yeah, that would probably be that. As far as, so yeah, that's probably my dream bike, is just like a 2016 you know, Ninja ZX10. I would love to have one. It's the bike I went to buy originally when I saw this one at the dealership. You know, the only reason I bought this one over the new ZX10 was because Yamaha was offering better financing options and you know, better advantages to get on one of their bikes. Incentives, that's what I was looking for. So that's why I ended up buying this one over the new ZX10, which is the bike that I really wanted. So yeah, I would say that my dream bike, I know it's super obtainable and I'll probably own one eventually, is the 2016-2017 ZX10R. Let's see, what's the next one? Off-road or street? Both. I'm gonna say both, because I truly love doing both. I still do both. I couldn't give up one or the other. I couldn't. Basically, the only way you're getting me to give up one or the other is if something happens and I can't be on a bike, and either way I'll be giving up both. So yeah. Let's see. Have you ever fallen or been in an accident? Yes I have. Dirt bike wise, that shit happens all the time. I'm not even going to bother going into that. On the street, I've had a couple of incidences where I have met the pavement up close and personal. Let's see, the most recent one was years ago. It was about, I want to say 6 or 7 years ago. I was on my CBR and I had a track tire on the back that I hadn't had swapped over yet, and it was super early in the morning, and I was just coming down a hill and I had to make a left turn at a stoplight at the bottom, and the light was green, so I went to easy, kind of like this, just roll in through the intersection, and there was like dew on the road, and my track tire just couldn't hold it, and I low-sided. You know, but that bike, that bike was actually rhino lined, so no damage to the bike at all whatsoever. Not even a scratch. It slid for probably about 7 or 8 feet, and there wasn't even a scratch on the thing. So yeah, that's how that happened. That's just the most recent one. I'm not going to go through the whole history of times I've fallen and whatever. On the street, it's only been 3 times. And then in the dirt, it's been a lot. So yeah. When did you start motovlogging? I started motovlogging 3 months ago. You know, and a lot of motovloggers have touched on this subject, so I'm not going to harp on it, but what I will say is, I do not recommend a new rider going straight into motovlogging. Absolutely not. You want to put a camera on your helmet and film and whatever, that's fine. That's a whole different issue. Trying to focus on riding and talking and everything else, it's just not, it's not smart. It's not a good idea. People get hurt. Riding a motorcycle is already, you know, difficult enough as it is without the added distraction of trying to talk or have a conversation. So I do not recommend any new riders putting a microphone in their helmet. So yeah, anyway, the answer to that question is I started motovlogging about 3 months ago. Let's see. Which motovloggers are you sub to? Oh my god, a lot. Just too many. I mean, too many. Obviously all the big ones. You know, Sub D, Baker Xteric, Arson Rides, you know, all the big guys, Snowcat, and tons more. But what I will tell you is that I have recently found myself watching more of the smaller motovloggers channels. I found myself more drawn towards watching the newer guys, the up and coming, the sub 2,000 range, 2,000 followers or subs, whatever you want to call it. So less than 2,000 is what I found myself following, or not following, but actually checking their videos out a lot more often. I know there's more questions that I'll get to in just a second. You know what? That is really awesome, and that's something that I've noticed happens out on these roads a lot, is that the Harley or / cruiser guys will give you the wave. They will. In fact, they do a lot more often than not out this way. Whoa, buddy. Just a minute here. Does your bike have a name? Yes, she does. Her name is Christine. And the reason her name is Christine is because if you've ever seen the movie from Stephen King, Christine, or read the book, it's about a car that's possessed and kills all of its owners. And so the reason I named her Christine is because after riding her for a few days, I quickly realized that she would not hesitate to kill me. And so the name Christine happened, and that's what is stuck. Anyway, so that was the 9 questions. I hope that I answered them well enough. I hope that you enjoyed my video. If you did, awesome. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Bring your family. Tell everybody. If you didn't like the video, well, then that's okay too. Comment. Let me know what I need to change. Let me know what I need to do to make it better. Other than that, thanks for watching. Everybody have a good time and be safe. I hope everyone was safe on this holiday weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more. See you next time. Peace.